Yeah. I think I know most of you.
Is everyone ready? All right, Nate, just kind of what are your initial thoughts on Manning's deal? Once again, you get it done before the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, no, I mean, we did this last year. It was great. You know, Mark's been really good to work with. Like I've kept saying, my family really likes in Buffalo. We like it. Everybody wants to talk about been top 25 all year. Like, doesn't mean I have to leave. So they put together a really good package that we comfortable with. They've been talking over the last week or so and got it done. I mean, it wasn't that hard. Mark's great to work with. President Tripathi's been really supportive of everything. They got some boosters behind us that want to see this thing continue to grow the way we've grown it. And shoot, my family's happy. I think the community of Buffalo's happy. We can continue to build this thing. You know, our staff's been great. It's nice to keep the staff together with the chemistry we've had going. So it's nice. You know, we got a big win today. We got to take care of 2 more wins here.
You're probably going to be one of the most sought after coaches in the country. What does it mean to have this support from the administration to kind of lock you up?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of does the same thing it did last year. It eliminates you from a lot of jobs. Like, I don't even have to just tell a lot of people no thanks. You know, I mean, like I said, I think I've been pretty honest with everybody around here the whole time. I mean, there still may be a job that's just impossible not to talk to at least. But, you know, the buyout went up, which I was good with. Like, I don't plan on jumping out of here, but like, it definitely, they did something that eliminated a lot of jobs from even just tell them no thanks. I'm not interested. So we like it here. We'd love to keep this thing growing. We got some really good recruiting class coming in, some great kids sitting out. I think, you know, we're got a whole lot more yet to do this year, but next year I don't plan on taking a big step backwards. We plan on growing this thing continually year after year.
How does such a large amount of money coming in from boosters encourage you for what possibly a similar route could help this program move forward with facilities upgrades and things like that?
Yeah, that's the next step. And what we've got is we've got the largest public university in the state of New York. I mean, it's a high-end, it's a high major university when you look at the academics and the size of the university. So there's all kinds of alumni all over the country, and winning all of a sudden attracts alumni back, and they want to help. And you've got 30,000 plus students and a huge alumni base in New York City and all over the country. You know, we've heard it, we've heard from them, and people are stepping up. And yeah, we'd love to be able to get, you know, they need to get that rec center built ASAP so alumni can be just for athletics, and then we can put a lot of money into alumni and make it a really high-end arena with a practice facility. Yeah, all that. Like, obviously the coach's salary is only a small piece of this whole thing. Like, we're talking about upgrading facilities and continuing to do all that, upgrade travel arrangements. Scheduling's been pretty upgraded. We're in Charleston next year. It's hard to get in. We're in another really good one following year. I don't know if we can release that, but it's one similar to Charleston. Like, the program's growing in a lot of different ways, and that's one of them.
Nate, I saw a quote just a little bit ago that said, you know, you guys are going to write history. You're going to find yourselves in books. Why do you feel like your program is on the verge of something so special?
Did I say that?
Yeah. You also talked about like hot Cheetos.
It sounds like Felicia's quote or something. Oh, did I say? Oh, that was the Pete Thamel. Did that come out right already?
Yeah.
I haven't even seen that article yet. Well, somehow Pete Thamel came in a few weeks ago, and we got talking about Romulus and how I used to have to sell hot Cheetos to fundraise money. I don't have to do that anymore. We got some donors that fundraise. I haven't even read the article. I didn't know he was going to put all that in there. So I don't even know what that quote is, but I do. Well, shoot, we already have written history. I mean, we've done things here in Buffalo that have not been done here before. They've never been ranked in the top 25. A MAC school never been ranked as long as we've been ranked this year. There's a lot of things that have gotten done this year that hadn't been done. So we've already done that to a point, but we're not planning on stopping. We want to keep this thing growing and continue to build it, and let's keep this thing moving forward like we've had it for the last 4 years, or really last 6 years since I came as an assistant.
Nate, why get this extension locked up now as opposed to after the NCAA tournament, where like maybe those opportunities come about and you have leverage?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really. I didn't want to leverage them out for every last penny. That was never my intention. They came with one offer and we countered with a small increase, and they agreed. And it wasn't like we weren't going back and forth over all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was really easy. Mark wanted to get it done. I told Rick, my agent, I don't really want to move. Let's hammer this thing out. So, I mean, we did it last year the same way. Here's what it does for me. I can just concentrate and coach games. I don't have to worry about the rest of that. I tell Rick, just tell everybody no thanks. That's, unless it's something unreal, let's just concentrate on this season. Let's concentrate on continuing to recruit for next year. We've got a really strong class, and let's keep this thing building.
Along the lines of that, it's human nature when you have success to think about the next step and maybe, climbing up the ladder. How do you keep yourself from pumping the brakes and not thinking about things like that?
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to what you really want to get out of the whole thing. With everything we've gone through with my wife's battle with cancer and all that, my end goal is not to just make the most amount of money possible in life. That's not really who I am. Obviously, you don't want to turn down a raise here. I love it here, and we, feel fortunate that they value us the way that they do here. But if my end goal was just to reach the most amount of money possible, I would have stayed with the old one so the buyout's low and go to the next job. That's not really what we're about. Obviously we want to keep this thing growing, but there's been a lot more coaches jump when they get in this spot than not. But there's been a few that I really respect, Mark Few being one, at Gonzaga, just some guys that have stayed with their program and grown it, and they seem like they're pretty happy with life, and they enjoy where they're at, and there's something to be said for longevity. There's something to be said. I got 3 young daughters that got friends in school too. When I got into this out of high school, I said I didn't want to be a college coach that moves every 2 years, uprooting his family. To me, that's a little bit selfish. It's kind of the business we're in, but that's hard on your kids too. So, Lexi's a freshman in high school. It'd be nice if she didn't have to move. So it's nice that the administration appreciates the job that we're doing and made us a package together that makes it real enticing to stay here for a long time.
With the timeline, you said, talks started about a week ago or something?
Yeah, Mark had been talking to me for a while, that he wanted to get it done. I think he had to talk to boosters because the money, like you said, the money had to come from outside sources. So I think he had been doing that for a while. I just told him I was in no rush, just whenever you're ready, tell me what you got. And I think him and Rick have been talking for about a week or so. I don't know the exact timeline, but they introduced themselves to each other not too long ago, and Mark did a good job. He got out there, he talked, he's done a good job. He got Lance locked up. Lance is happy, I know, and he said a busy first year on the job for sure. So it's a good busy though. I'd much rather be busy like that than what Danny White was doing his first year on the job.
Nate, you've been a bit adamant in the past about building a private practice facility or having that ability available for your players. There have been plans from the league to develop at least a rec center along the current disc golf field next to the bookstore, or even tearing down the bookstore. Were there any talks about that? In this whole negotiation process, and the league are recommitting to the university.
They guaranteed to me that it's getting done. They didn't give me a timeline, but they said it's getting done. So if you're Spectrum, you can put a little pressure on them. You can, the quicker it gets done, the quicker we can redo alumni and get our facilities. It's hard. You can't completely redo locker rooms and all this stuff in alumni when it's still the student rec center. So once it's no longer the student rec center, the space is large enough to really do some serious things that could help the program out. So the quicker they get that thing built, which they've promised me it's getting done, the quicker we can get our facilities up to par with where I feel like our program is and is headed at that point.
The response has been unbelievably positive these last couple hours. I guess, have you realized what your program has kind of done to Western New York and how excited people are? Those sellouts make it kind of obvious, but the following has just skyrocketed over the last couple of years.
Yeah, we feel the support. We love it. I think Thurman Thomas, I saw he retweeted something, or Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas come speak to your team in the locker room. Like, I didn't grow up in Buffalo. It's kind of my second home. I've adopted it. I can have an NFC and an AFC team, I think, now. So the Bills I've adopted as my AFC team. But we feel the love from Buffalo. The players certainly feel it. We've only got 2 kids from Western New York on scholarship players, but the rest of them all, there's a lot of former players that still live in Buffalo that didn't grow up there. So we definitely love Western New York, Buffalo. To be honest with you, I've been kind of locked into trying to figure out how to beat Central Michigan. So once you guys quit bothering me, I'm going to get back to that. But I don't know how much has happened since it got announced. But having sellouts without students there, I think the program's come a long ways, and we love Buffalo. Buffalo loves us. Let's continue to win. They support teams no matter what. I think, though, with a college basketball team like us that hadn't really been in this, you had to win big to get them on the bandwagon. Now hopefully we get a lot of people in it, and if we do happen to not be ranked in the top 25 for 18, 19, or whatever it is right now, straight weeks, hopefully we can still get sellouts because we've won enough and that we got enough people jumped on the Buffalo Bulls bandwagon with us.
That's good.
Thanks, Nate.
That was good. See, Wolf, I said we were going to have.